Wow, it's a cold one out there today.
How are you?
So why don't you and I have a conversation on how to run a media company and how to be the digital agent in your local city. And I think I need a haircut. And close. So close. All right, I think we got it. So after I fired my coach, I had an aha moment. It was like an apple fell from the tree and I realized gravity exists. So I knew if I wanted to do something different, I had to ask different questions. How do I become the digital mayor of my city? My aha moment came in the form of doing the exact opposite what my real estate coach told me I had to do. I figure if everyone's out there doing one thing, I'm gonna turn around and run the complete opposite way. So I took a simple concept and I turned it upside down. I actually have a meeting to run to right now, but I'll get back to this in a few moments. So today I'm meeting with Lisa, who is the other team member, and we're going to go over Infusionsoft and some of the systems, marketing strategies. You know, sometimes in the industry, there's a big question, what CRM program do you use? And, you know, there are two schools of thought on this. Most agents would say, how much is that CRM? $50 a month for a CRM? Why? Like, that's too much. I'm not paying that. Give me cheap, cheap, cheap. If a real estate agent looks at a CRM program as nothing more than a database of random contacts, I 100% agree. $50 is still too much. But the CRM that we use is Infusionsoft. Is it expensive? Absolutely. It costs hundreds of dollars per month, but it's not just a CRM. It does a lot of the automation for us. Let me know in the comments section below, what CRM system do you use and why? Ten minutes to spare. No, I actually got a coffee, but thank you. So I'll see you soon.
Yep, no problem.
Okay, see you then, bye. Well, that was nice of her. By the way, my wife, she donated approximately 2/3 of her liver to a dear friend of ours. And on January 29th was their 3-year anniversary. Now I created that video. It's not part of these vlogs, but take a look at my YouTube channel. There are 2 videos under the heading, It's Personal. So take a look at it. It's about 20 minutes long. My wife is absolutely incredible. She's an angel. And she just literally saved somebody's life by doing this. I encourage you guys to watch it. It is a touching story. Many people actually cried watching. Just watch it. It has nothing to do with real estate, but it's a great story. That's her in the hospital after waking up. You cut your dog's hair and you screwed it up? Yeah. Oh, I guess I should turn this off. It's almost 3 o'clock. We've been here since 11. Meeting is done. If there's one thing I am completely addicted to, it's coffee. It's kind of sad. So here's what my coach would tell me to do. She would say, go out there and plug yourself into the community, become the hockey dad, soccer dad, join the different club. I could probably demonstrate much better. So So this is you. Clubs, sports, events, meetups. So my coach would say, okay, pick your favorite clubs and just join them and start handing out your cards at these clubs, get to know these people. Same thing with different events and meetups. I'm not one of these people who goes out there and hands out my business card. That is very uncomfortable for me. But there's just something weird about me going out there and say, hey, by the way, I sell homes. You see the look in their eyes. Yeah, thanks. Is that really why you're here? Is that why you're the hockey dad, is to hand out your business card to everybody? If this is how everybody else is doing it, I'm going to turn this thing upside down. So let me show you what I mean. Now, I know you're watching this upside down and it may not make any sense, but to me, it made a lot of sense. Instead of me going out into the community, joining all these clubs, harassing people with my business card, I thought, why don't I be the community and have all these people join my community? Hence the term digital mayor. I thought if I can go out there into the community and help the community as the digital mayor, I wouldn't be just the typical real estate agent. That was my theory. That was my philosophy. And it worked. Agents are typically known for being that person that joins the clubs, hands out their business card and says, refer people to me. I didn't want to be that agent. I just refused. Going back to my coach, when I would ask her, what do I do with the people that are not ready to buy or sell? And she would say, dump them. I thought, no, how can I use this approach to incubate everybody in my database so when they thought about buying or selling, I would be their natural conclusion. Well, here's another theory I have here. This is the part digital marketing comes into play. The buying cycle. Anytime you or I want to buy something, regardless of whether it's a product or service, we go through the same buying cycle. The scale goes from 0 to 10. So it's pretty easy. From 0 to 5, everybody is in the research stage, thinking about it stage. From 5 to 8, it's called the serious stage, but not quite ready to pull the trigger. And from 8 to 10, you are buying the product or service. You're just questioning who you're going to buy it from. I need it now. So as the digital mayor, I wanted to speak to everybody. I didn't care if they weren't thinking of buying a home, and I didn't care if they were buying a home. I wanted to talk to everybody. So I started producing content, things that would be valuable to the person living in my city, regardless of what stage they were in. If a person was in the 0 to 5 stage and they weren't thinking about buying or selling, but as the digital mayor, I produced the type of content they loved consuming, I've just opened their eyes to the fact that it's me, a real estate agent, also providing them things of value, and I wasn't asking anything in return. As people move down the level of seriousness into the 5 to 8 stage, of course, you provide more information. What do most real estate agents focus on? Which group? Of course, this group. And that is the group that my coach said, focus on this group because there is no money in here. But that's where all my money comes from. Because every agent is fighting for that lead. Fight for that same lead every other agent is fighting for. There is no competition in here. I hope that's making some sense. Because by the time I move the prospect from this stage to this stage, gee, which agent should I call? It's a natural step to say, let's call this guy. We've been getting a lot of great information from him. I hope that explained how I see being a digital mayor. For me, this business isn't about fighting for the same lead that everybody else is fighting for. For me, this business is how to capture the attention of everybody else that isn't looking for a home right now. And here's the way I look at it. What is the only profession out there that should be able to represent their city? Do you think it's natural for a doctor to blog or vlog about their city, or a lawyer, or a car mechanic, or any profession? I don't think so. I think a real estate agent is the most suited person to document their city, to vlog about their city, to write about their city, to produce a podcast about their city, or as I like to call it, become the digital mayor of your city. If you're that person that produces the content that a buyer is consuming, you will build that trust, that relationship with the person viewing your content. If you're selling your home and you are the digital agent, you have the best chance of explaining to Mr. and Mrs. Seller why you're the most qualified to sell in that neighborhood, because you're the digital mayor. You know the ins and outs of that neighborhood. You know every entrepreneur, you know the mom and pop shops, you know the local people that live there in that neighborhood, because you're the only one blogging about it, writing articles about it, creating a podcast about it. To me, that's what a digital mayor is. Taking this, oh, it's not on here. You actually become the community. You become the information provider. You become the New York Times of your city. What's stopping you? Nothing. Nobody says you can't. And that was my philosophy years ago when I started this concept. Anyway, I hope that made some sense. This is how I choose to run my business. It makes it a lot more fun than the traditional way, because when you do something unique, trust me, you get noticed.